Today on the podcast, we're talking local bands, songwriting, and EDM. This is the Kansas City Podcast. Welcome to the Kansas City Podcast. I'm your host, Cole Lindbergh. Many of you know me as the 30th entrant into the Royal Rumble. And if not, it's nice to meet you. You excited about the Royal Rumble? It's never mind. Don't worry about it.
I'm not even familiar.
Each week here on the Kansas City Podcast, we are joined by a one-of-a-kind KC native for a conversation on life in the city of fountains. What do you think of that?
The name? I never understood. I mean, I feel like we have a very normal amount of fountains.
You think it's a normal amount? There's a lot of people that think
slightly above average.
Well, I mean, it's like we're the city of fountains. Like we have more fountains than anyone else.
Maybe I should experience the fountains more.
You know, you need to jump in a few fountains, and you'll be fine. You know what? I am here. I'm in a beautiful little space here with none other. He's a producer. He's a sound engineer. He's a creative guy who does creative things. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Maxwell Griffith. Max, welcome to the show. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
No, I appreciate you coming on the Kansas City Podcast. I was telling you earlier, this is kind of last minute, but I was managed to get you here on the show, and I'm excited to talk to you about a lot of different things, because you are heavily involved in, I'd say, local music. Mm-hmm. You are heavily involved in, like I said, you're a creative guy who does creative things. Yes. So, I think that should be your, like, if you make business cards, that should go on your business cards from now on. What do you think?
I think it's a good move. Yeah. Just creative, cool person.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of your creative things that you do around the city. Because I said you're a sound engineer. You've worked with some local bands. You've recorded some stuff. Hank Weedle, who was also on the show, I know you've worked with him a little bit and doing So Far Sounds KC. Yeah. Let's talk about some of the stuff that you're working on. How about currently? Like, what are you working on, and what's some of the local things that you do so people can learn more about you, Maxwell?
Yeah. So I guess right now I'm working with 4 artists, I'd say. Yeah. So this band Captiva, which is kind of how I met Hank. He used to play drums for them, and so they're coming out with, I did their last batch of songs about a year ago, and like had a really good response with that. So I think we just went back in, did one more track, so gonna get that finished up, moving out. Working with another band, modern day Fitzgerald, just like put the finishing touches on the mix for their track. And this guy Remy Starks, he's really good. He's a lot younger than sort of the other bands I work with, but he's kind of more of like a hip-hop guy, which is cool because most of the stuff I do has been like rock so far.
Okay, so you're branching out, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get my hands in as many things, see what.
Is there a big difference when you're recording the two? I mean, that's because, I mean, when I imagine, like, does he have his own like pre-recorded tracks, or is you bringing in a band to like record some drum beats?
No, yeah, it's mostly like pre-recorded stuff. So yeah, it's pretty challenging, kind of going between like mixing like a live drum kit and something, and then getting like 16 files of like 808s and stuff.
Right.
I mean,
boom,
pretty cool.
Boom,
yeah.
Like lining them up on the timeline and things like that. Yeah. So what do you are you recording? All these are local bands, and so is there a certain spot that you record at, or I mean, I don't know much about the recording in the city. I know there's studios out there and people that go record, but I mean, is there a spot that, I mean, can you just set up shop anywhere, or you go into a place and doing it?
Yeah, I usually just work out of Weights and Measures down in the Crossroads, and Dwayne Trower is like the owner of the place. I interned with him. He taught me everything I know. Pretty much. But so I like interned with him for a while, and then just like the studio so much that whenever I get a band that wants to work with me, I just go to that studio, So
wait, what is the band that, like, how did you first get your name out there that people would be like, you got to go find Maxwell. He could, like, sound engineer. He could make this sound really good for you. How'd you get there? What was your big break?
Yeah. Okay. So I guess it was sort of, when I did the Grammy program,
and we're going to talk about that in a second, because I'm excited. I'm excited about this because we're going to talk about that. But okay, you did the Grammy program.
So we went into Dwayne's studio Weights and Measures to record like a couple songs for the program. Yeah. And so after the program ended, I just emailed him and I was like, hey, like, you have like a 6 studio, like, do you ever have interns? So he was like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, come through. And then so through that, I met Hank, and then I kind of just like annoyed him about coming in and recording until, yeah. And then my other friend, Connor Limer, he was like recording his first EP, and I was like, hey, like, you know, let me get after it. I think we can, you know, I have a sound that I think I'm, you know, like talking about,
Yeah.
you know, kind of not, at the time it was bullshitting people, but now it's like I can actually follow through, you know? Be like, I have this great sound in my head, man.
I have this idea of like, you know what, I'm going to adjust the treble just to this point,
Yeah.
and the bass to this point, and man, ooh, it's going to sound smooth, right?
Yeah.
That's so you were putting people on a little bit. But now you're looking at it and you're like, oh, no, I know where to put the mic at.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's yeah, fake it till you make it, or yeah.
Exactly. So you mentioned the Grammy program because from my understanding, you've had a lot of internships.
I have.
You've
Yes.
done like a lot of like, okay, so weights and measures, and then the Grammy program. So like we're
Yes.
talking like the Grammys, like the
It's
music
the-
awards. We're talking about
It's
the big deal.
the museum.
The
side of it.
museum.
So yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not sure like how the line splits up from that, but yeah, it's like so there's.
So you didn't win a Grammy.
I did not win a Grammy.
Someday,
no,
right?
I wish. That'd be cool. It'd be a cool little coffee table
Yeah, there you
conversation starter.
go. Yeah, it's a nice paperweight.
Yeah. Oh, I'll just keep this thing around. Yeah. But yeah, so I guess there's an actual museum,
Okay,
and
it's in Los Angeles, right?
yeah, it's right by the Staples Center where they have the Grammys,
Okay.
or they've had them. I don't know if
Right.
Yeah, so I guess those people they have a whole education department there, and they do like a concert series and education programs. So then they were like working up this new program, and then somehow decided to come to Kansas City with it, which was unbelievably lucky for me, you know, like just like really crazy people from LA being like, yeah, we'll do this insane program and give you access to all these people, and we'll just do it in Kansas City for some reason. Yeah.
That's insane. So was there a certain amount of people from Kansas City that were picked, or were you like one of 5, or was it like hundreds? What was it?
The final group ended up being, I think, like 30 to 40 kids.
Okay.
So, I mean, really like small group of people to get that much attention, you know,
Yeah.
which is great. Yeah.
And so what was the goal for it? I mean, what did you do? I mean, they came
Yeah.
to town, and what happened?
So we would get paired, like each week there was like a songwriting challenge.
Okay.
So it'd be, you know, we get put into groups, and one week it would be like, all right, you have to write kind of like a blues style song, or like one week it would be, all right, you have to write like, pretend you're writing a country hit for like, you know, Carrie Underwood or something like that. And then so we'd kind of these like production songwriting challenges, you know, which is pretty cool because at least, you know, in a city like Kansas City, we don't have maybe so much contact with like the sort of like the ultra mainstream music scene. So it was cool to be like, have people come in and be like, no, this is like totally like a possibility. Like you can be a songwriter for someone, you know, that's like a huge pop star and not have to be like the pop star.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
So they give you the songwriting challenge, and so then were you like put in a group of people, and then like you guys went and recorded it and sang it and everything, or was it just like,
absolutely.
oh, we write it? Like, so they follow through the whole process all the way through.
Yeah. So it was like the last week, or the last week, it was like all the songs that had been like written. We kind of like voted on which ones were kind of the best, and so we went in the studio and like recorded them and everything, and had them mixed, and then at the end of it we had a performance of all the stuff. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, which is pretty
So what
cool.
did you play?
I played guitar I came in as a guitar player, and then
Okay.
kind of left being like, oh no, I want to be like, guitar is cool and I want to keep that up, but I also want to do like, you know, songwriting and like artists producing and stuff like that.
So what's your favorite band?
favorite band?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's hear your influences here. You're a guitar guy. I
Yeah.
play guitar too. I've played guitar for a long time. I've written some horrible songs, you know. So
Dude, everyone's
yeah,
written
no, I
horrible
mean, I've
songs,
written
yeah.
some absolutely horrible. I'm really good at writing funny songs, like you know, like you make fun of your friends or whatever,
Yeah.
and you write something. Like I'm really good at that. But like if you want to get serious about stuff, or you know, it's just like, oh no, it's bad news. It's bad news. If you want to hear more about my songwriting efforts, you should go back and listen to Hank Wiedel's episode, because we talk in depth about that. But so, what type? I always said this when people have a band, right? I always say that usually most bands are made up of like their 3 favorite bands. Like you could take 3 bands, mash them together, and then that's your band. So like, what's the 3 artists in your mind that combine together to create your style?
Cool. Yeah. So like,
Did I take you by surprise there? He's like,
yeah.
cool.
I just want to. It's always hard. So like, just bands.
Sure, bands,
Okay, cool.
artists. It doesn't
Artists,
matter.
all right.
There's no right or wrong answer here.
wrong-
I'm trying to get an idea of like who
Where
you
I'm
are
coming
as a
from.
songwriter.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, the first person that I connected with as being like, oh, this is what like a songwriter is. Like someone who's like, like that's their craft is probably like John Mayer
Okay.
and stuff. And then
You run through the halls of your high school,
yeah, I was like,
scream
oh,
at your top of your lungs.
that's like a lyric. It's like that's what a lyric is. Like that's
I had
what
a
like.
friend who had
yeah.
a whole John Mayer phase for a while, and I made fun of him mercifully for it.
Man,
I'm not going to make fun of you,
no,
but
it's-
it was his favorite band for a while.
Yeah, it's weird.
Favorite guy.
It's weird. Like I was super into him for a while, and then I think I've toned it down. But there's
Okay.
still that part of me that's like, John Mayer's so cool.
All right, you got John Mayer. What
John
else
Mayer,
you got?
and then I'd say Benjamin Gibbard.
Okay,
So the guy
Death Cab.
from Death Cab.
Okay.
Because I remember putting on, I think I got Transatlanticism and Plans at like the same time,
Yeah.
and let's do them back to back, and I was just like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
I've never. I think his style is so sort of different than, I don't want to say different, but it's not.
He's got a
lot.
unique.
Yeah.
He's got a unique like vocabulary.
Yeah, he has this way of like penetrating into like a situation
Yeah.
with like these details it wouldn't even think about. Yeah.
I saw Death Cab when I was in high school at the Beaumont Club.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was a very small, intimate show, and it was right after Transatlanticism came out.
Man,
Wait,
that
was
would have
it
been.
Yeah,
That would have been the time to see him.
And it was
man.
like they started with New Year, and then they finished with Sound of Settling, and it was like solid
Yeah.
all the way through. Like solid all the way through. That was a good show. Good old Beaumont Club.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got? Who's your last one?
Last one, I'll throw a curveball out there.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna try and go with like a really
Twisted Sister.
heavy, yeah, like a EDM producer guy. I forgot his name.
Skrillex.
Skrillex.
Skrillex
Skrillex gotten better. Skrillex gotten better. All
I
right.
don't
I used
either.
to be like
Are
not
you
a
an
fan.
EDM guy?
I've been like starting like within the
I
last
don't
6
get it.
months. I've just been like I didn't get it either, and then I was like, I should probably like learn how to do this.
Every
Yeah.
song in EDM to me is the same song.
Yeah,
It's the exact same song. It has a
formulaic, yeah.
formula. Like
Yeah.
it starts out with like a kind of like a weird soundscape, then kind of this
Yep.
weird melody, and then maybe like a really processed voice in the back, like la 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 la
Yeah.
la, and then it builds.
Mhm.
Then there's the
The
drop,
drop. Yes.
and then
Repeat.
it repeats, and then it finishes up with like fire,
Yeah.
and confetti.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
every EDM song ever.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree at all.
So
yeah.
then why are you getting into it?
Because there's so many. Well, because like I can like
Is there like a
I can,
certain like I can't find the hook yet? I don't
yeah,
get it.
it's like once you like get into making it, then you're like you hear the like things that I thought were just like noise, like Skrillex and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like then like you get into like trying to make the synth sound, and you're like, this is just like noise. But it's like it's such a very specific kind of noise. You know,
Right.
it's like this like really aggressive like metallic growl sound, but it's like I don't know how to do that. Like I guess it's just like a challenge.
They've got all these computers and processors and things like that. Here, you know why I think I don't like EDM?
Mhm.
It's because to me, it is. I think sure it takes talent to create some of that stuff and those sounds and everything, but I don't like that. I will never go to an EDM concert and be like, oh, this is great, because it's one person
Yeah.
standing up there and I don't really know what they're doing. For all I know, they just hit play
Yeah.
and they're jumping around and they've got a bunch of cool light, which don't get me wrong, I love cool lights.
Cool lights.
I
are
love
awesome.
cool lights. I love
Yeah.
smoke. I love
Fog
fire. I love
machines,
confetti.
yeah.
I love all that stuff. Great pyro. Yes, go for it. But the not knowing what the hell is going on up there, and like, okay, I see him turning a lever, but is that really
is he
doing
doing? Yeah,
anything?
yeah.
Like, it sounds like it's still playing no matter what. I think that's my problem with EDM.
No, I think that's a lot of people's problem with it, and I don't like. I'm not saying that you're. I had the same opinion for a long time, and
Okay.
like still kind of do. I think it's just a different thing of like, like if you're out there playing guitar, you don't really have anything to hide behind, you know? It's like if you miss the notes, like you're gonna sound shitty, and that's it. But with like,
it's live, baby.
Yeah, with like DJing and stuff, it's like there's so many, like there are good DJs and like who, you know, actually perform well and like create an interesting flow of songs. But then it's way easier to kind of like bullshit your way through it, I guess, you know? Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, I guess the equivalent is that you could bullshit your way through pop songs and stuff like that. People lip sync all the time and everything. Yeah.
But I don't know. It just seems like how much flashier can you make your stage show? Like you're reaching the apex of like there's not so much more people can do.
Yeah, they've reached the ceiling kind of.
Yeah, like they really have. And so eventually what's going to happen? It's going to drop.
It's going to come back down. Yeah.
All right, so you got to give me your third one then.
Oh, the third one. Okay, I'll just throw DJ Snake.
DJ Snake.
Yeah, his most recent stuff is like he did like a Justin Bieber. This is just terrible. This makes me sound like an idiot.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm just saying that I've gone so deep into it that it's like cool to say that I like DJ Snake and Justin Bieber.
Oh wow.
No, but it's like I'm
worried about you
because I'm interested in like.
You're interested in the stuff. You're interested in that aspect. Like, I understand.
There's some cool stuff to be like, this is like such a good pop song. Like, if you understand, it's like I'm not coming to this to be like have my soul nourished. You know, it's I'm just here to like listen to like a good beat.
I'm here to party, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's.
That's my life. I'm just here to party.
Yeah, I'm here to party.
I'm here to party.
I'm here to party. Throw around some confetti. I'm a party guy. So. In Kansas City, then, since you know you're helping these other bands and you're working to try to produce stuff and things like that, where do you think Kansas City? I mean, there's a lot of local bands.
Yes,
you know, there's a lot of local bands. I don't know a huge amount about like the DJ scene in Kansas City. I don't know a huge amount about. I know we got a hip hop scene and rap scene and things like that, but I mean, where do you think the music kind of is right now? Like the people that you're coming in and helping and recording and stuff. Like, do you see it like going a certain direction, or what are you seeing most of? Because you're out there in the trenches, like working on this stuff. What do you see?
I'd say I think the type of music that's probably like getting the most traction here is sort of like the like alt rock sort of thing. I think maybe it's because people, I mean, dig that music and the bands are good, but it also might be just like that's kind of the music that gets promoted really heavy, like through 96.5. Like they've done like a good job of like picking out local bands and kind of like really putting some weight
like
behind
homegrown
them.
buzz and putting them on shows and things like that.
Yeah. Like I'd say like, I mean, like Hembry is probably like the best example of like local band does okay, you know?
Right.
So. Yeah, I'd say like that type of music where it's not pop and it's not like really heavy rock. It's sort of this like Tame Impala, sort of that kind of vibe. Yeah.
Tame Impala. That's another one of those bands.
Yeah. That you like or you don't like?
I'm split.
Split? Okay.
I'm split on Tame Impala because I feel like they had that one really good song and then they got real psychedelic? Didn't they get kind of psychedelic a little bit? You know, they remind me of the band MGMT. Yeah, MGMT had like that great first record, like a couple good like Kids was on it and everything, and then like everything after that was like, what is going on? Yeah. So who do you want to work with?
Who do I want to work with?
Yeah.
In general or in KC?
In general, it doesn't matter.
In general?
Let's go. Let's both KC and in general. What do you got?
Okay. I haven't thought about like a KC band. I should think about that more and then like email
because
them.
You're in Kansas City. You're gonna have to think about this, right? You got to figure out who you want to work with.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to do a track with Hembry, just because like, I mean, I know the lead singer like from Lawrence, like his dad at Mastery Music, Isaac, you know, and then so I know those dudes, and I know he like is a really good producer too. So it'd be cool to work with someone like could go like as like a co-producer and like bounce ideas off of each other, or it'd be really cool if I could just like get my hands on someone who's just like a really good singer and like lyricist, and we can just like kind of be opposite ends, you know? Yeah. And kind of like build the whole sound around them. So I've been like trying to do some remixes and stuff. Like Kat King, who's in Lawrence, has like a really great voice, I think, you know. she plays mostly kind of like Julian Baker-esque stuff,
Right.
but she like sounds like Halsey,
Okay.
if you know like that singer. So it's
yeah.
like I heard her and I was like, oh, this is cool, like the sad acoustic music, but it's like, but what if you did this other thing, you know? Like, not saying that thing that you do is bad, but it's like, let's just try it out, you know? Yeah.
All right. So I want to ask you kind of a production question.
Okay.
When you go in to record somebody, like, what do you start with? Do you start with drums? Do you try to just get everybody all in at once? This is kind of a nerdy, like, music question. Sorry, you may have to skip ahead. I'm going deep into nerdy music questions today.
It's an important question.
So I mean, like, I remember a long time ago, had a band, we'd go in and we record, like, a weird, like, scratch track of guitar and vocals and stuff, and then get the drums. And then from there, then go in and start recording everything else, finish up with vocals. Is that how you work? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, it's pretty similar. I'd say I'd like do drums first. So I do like get like a really good drum sound. Excuse me, sorry. And then so I'll set up like guitars and stuff and like a scratch vocal and just have them play it live.
Yeah.
But only keep the drums from that.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back and like do guitars and stuff. Because most of the times it's like, especially with kind of rock bands, like stuff I did with Captiva, it's like, you know, you'll start out with like, they're only like a 3-piece band.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of like the record sound comes from like layering guitars and like vocal stuff. So it's like, let's just get like the drums as like, you know, the bass the bass of the song, and then we can start layering stuff and grow.
Do you got a song that you've produced that you're really proud of right now that people could find?
Yeah, I think just go check out the Captiva stuff. It's on Spotify. I really like the one called Blondie. Yeah.
Blondie by Captiva.
Blondie by Captiva is good. Okay. Yeah. I don't think it's like I think the most popular one is Check Your System, but I like Blondie. Because I snuck in like a dirty sub-synth in there. Yeah. I remember like it's pretty dangerous because I like mix all the stuff here at like my home setup, and then I was like,
oh, you do?
Yeah. I was like trying to figure out, I was like, this song needs something else. You know, I was like, I'm just gonna put this like fat sub on this and see if they notice. And like
so they're only gonna notice if they're in a car with a woofer.
yeah. And then something about like, dude, that's pretty dirty. And I was like, yeah.
There you go. Hey, I was sitting in my car and all of a sudden I felt this bass.
Yeah.
What was that? I don't remember recording that. What did you do to our track? And you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I must have picked up on the sound.
Yeah, I've done that like a couple times to people, and no one's been angry about it. So I guess it means I have like decent taste.
I think what you're trying to do is you're slowly trying to turn them into EDM artists.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys, I just replaced all the drums with 808s, and so yeah,
808s and heartbreaks.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here to talk more local music and take a Casey quiz with Maxwell Griffith. Cole here. You know, before we get back into today's episode, I want to remind you, we have a beautiful website. Websites. Yes. www.thekansascitypodcast.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Give us a follow. Give us a like. Chat with us. Tell us your thoughts, your feelings, your mood. Tell us about your life. Maybe I'll give you advice. I don't know. We could start that, like a Cole Gives You Advice segment. No, check out our website, thekansascitypodcast.com. It has links to a whole bunch of wonderful things. It has, all the episodes, all the information, all the people that have been on the show. So check it out and give us a like, give us a follow. And now, back to the show. Welcome back to the Kansas City Podcast. Cole Lindbergh. I'm here with Maxwell Griffith.
What's up?
There you go. Thank you. Maxwell and I, during the break, I went down and we went to the studio and we recorded an 8-track song. It's very well done. It is part rock and roll. It is part EDM. Yeah. It's called Don't Drop My Beats. And it is, wait, how do you feel about it? It's pretty good, right?
It's good. I think there needs to be more banjo.
You think there's, well, yeah. But I was very strong about that mandolin. I was like, we got the banjo in the background there.
Yeah.
You know what you can do is when you're messing with mixing it and stuff, you can add it in.
I'm going to add a couple more banjos.
Add a couple more banjos, but also add add that synth bass too.
Yeah, I'll do that,
I want
yeah.
banjo and synth bass. You know that's what's going to happen next, right?
Yeah.
Is that like the people, the EDM is going to start to like change a little bit, you know, and so it's just going to get kind of weirder. Like, oh, now there's country EDM and stuff. Like, you remember when
it's
when
already
country
happened,
went?
yeah.
Oh, it already happened.
Isn't there this dude named Avicii who had that?
Oh, is that right? Yeah,
where he just
yeah,
like
yeah.
bangs on the acoustic guitar and then he's like, and now it's an EDM drop. Yeah.
Oh, see, okay.
Yeah. Not a fan of that genre. Can't
Not-
stand that. Yeah.
What? Oh, there's different genres within EDM.
I
I thought that was all the same. It's just a build up and a drop.
There's nuances. Yeah. Well, there's the people that put banjos on their tracks, and there's people that are lesser than that.
I'll stick with bluegrass,
It's good.
bluegrass or Dolly Parton.
That Dolly record with Jolene on it. Like
Yeah.
The actual man. It's
It's
good
great.
shit. Yeah.
It's great. That's where it's at, man.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff. Does it ever make you mad that like you listen to like old records and you say, "Wow, this is so well done." Like right now, like I sometimes like some of these bands are coming on new records. I'm like, there is just so much going on here where I just much rather hear like a really nice, clean, like
Yeah.
I would much rather listen to Fleetwood Mac Rumors than whatever the hell this is that somebody's putting out, because it's so
Yeah.
well done and it's recorded so well. Like, do you ever get in that spot where you're like, oh, I need to add more and stuff? You know, like you're like, oh, this isn't enough. I need 5 more synth basses, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, because it's like you're competing with like the sound of everything. Like if you put out Rumors today, people would be like, why does this record sound so weird? You know?
Right.
But it's like, yeah, I think it's just like a, problem with not like the times, but just like it's just like the first time where you've been able to add like 200 tracks.
Right. You
so
can
it's
have
like
as many
people,
tracks as you want.
people
yeah.
will eventually realize that it's like, maybe we don't need that third pad sound, It's like, yeah.
All right, guys, we're on track 64 here.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Let's take it back down to 32.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back down to the 8 track, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I get what you're saying. That's like listening to like Dolly Parton or like those old Patsy Cline records and stuff, and just like sitting there and like, yeah, you hear things that you just wouldn't even know. You can't notice in modern records, like just like her inflection in her voice,
Right.
and like things like that are just like,
well, they're gone.
so satisfying too, where you like.
Well, that's
hear it,
because
and
they
it's
like,
oh my
like
God,
all
yeah.
so much of that was live bands like recorded live on the spot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like not, it wasn't like they went through and redid it a bunch of times. Like you can still hear breaths of like people before they get on the horns. Like oh, you got a horn section, you can still hear before they and like it's so exciting. But now everything is so just like. No. You can't. Every note, every tone has to be perfect and sustained the right amount. There cannot be any fluctuation. Auto-tune that shit.
Yeah, it's like I used to have like pretty hard opinions about that. I'm trying to like not like judge one as better than the other, but
Right.
I think it's just like you get some things from like the Dolly Parton record, and you get some things from the other record. Like it just depends on what itch you're trying to scratch, I guess.
Exactly. Max, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show. It's time for the Casey quiz.
Okay, I've studied hard. I hope I'll do well.
All right, Max, you know how this works. I'm going to ask you questions, all right, Casey related, some not. You will be rewarded points. So, we could get you up there on the
I like
leaderboard.
points.
If I ask you a question, you don't like the question, you can always say stupid question. And remember, folks, you can tweet us at Kansas City Pod if you would like your question added to the Casey quiz. It's a new year, it's 2018, but I'm still keeping the Casey quiz pretty much the same. So we're going to start with the most popular question on the Casey quiz. This is why we kick it off every time. Are you ready, Max?
I'm ready.
Your favorite restaurant that is not barbecue?
Not barbecue.
Not barbecue.
I'm gonna say West Side Local.
West Side Local, okay.
Yeah, pretty definitively that one.
What do you like there?
Everything.
Everything?
Yeah,
Like you don't have like a certain dish that you go for?
Well, they change it up, so it's
okay.
like depending on the season. So it's like I remember in the summer the BLT there was really good. I mean the burger there and like the macaroni with like pork belly.
Oh,
that's
that sounds really good.
Yeah, and the fries there, the fries.
All right, you're going West Side Local.
Going West
Any
Side
others on your list?
No, I think West Side Local.
West Side, you're going. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So then we're gonna branch off of there.
Farmhouse.
Oh, okay, Farmhouse. Yeah,
that one up in River Market is another. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Those two.
All right.
Good, yeah.
Favorite barbecue.
Favorite barbecue. I'm gonna go.
This is a tough question. There's a lot of debate is caused by this question.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Q39.
Q39.
Yeah.
Okay. You got a favorite Q39? Get the platter. Get all the meats.
Just the platter. Just all the meat. The 3 meat.
They
platter,
have the meats.
Yeah. Just give me all of the meats. Yeah.
Very nice. Q39.
Mm-hmm.
Any others off of there?
I'd say like Joe's. You know, it depends. Like if I'm trying to if I want to sit down at a restaurant.
Okay.
And be a little more upscale about my barbecuing.
Okay.
Q39. And then Joe's if I'm just I need a sandwich and a bag of fries.
There you go. Okay, yeah. So you're taking Joe's to go, basically.
Yeah, Joe's if it's Joe's for lunch, Q39 for dinner.
There you go. Nice. All right, I'm going to award you 4 points for that. That was a very good. Here we go. Here's your next question. Where's Waldo?
South of Brookside.
Okay, great. Here we go. This is a music question. Favorite place to see live music? Favorite place in the city to see live music? This is I would imagine this is a very tough question for you.
Wherever the So Far Sound show is happening.
Wherever the So Far Sound show is happening.
Plug. No, I'm gonna say Midland for sure.
Midland.
Yeah.
Okay, Midland's your favorite.
Midland or the Folly.
The Folly.
Yeah, I feel like people don't go to shows at the Folly enough.
I've seen a couple drag shows there.
Yeah.
The Folly. It's pretty nice.
You say drag shows?
Yeah, like drag queens.
At the Folly Theater?
Yeah.
The one downtown?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had drag shows there.
Well, it's sometimes when they're the touring shows.
Oh.
Isn't that the Folly Theater? Yeah, it's got to be the Folly Theater. Yeah.
Man, you're in a different scene than I am.
Well, no. I mean, I say my wife is a huge fan of drag queens.
Okay,
and so
cool.
the RuPaul drag queen people
went on
come
tour.
Through
and have
yeah, and so they do the Folly Theater. There was a Christmas show, and I went.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
it was.
Didn't even know that. Yeah.
It was unlike anything I've ever seen. It was insane. So you're going Midland. What's your favorite show you've seen with Midland? You got a favorite show you've seen there?
Death Cab for Cutie.
Really?
Yeah.
We've talked about Death Cab a little bit. You're going Death Cab all the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who opened for Death Cab at that show? Do you remember? I wasn't
I don't. There. Yeah, just some.
Well, then minus 1 point.
Minus 1 point for not remembering.
All right,
the
I'm
opener.
going to give you 2 points.
Support up and coming artists.
There you
Show
go.
up for the opener.
What's the one thing in town, the one thing in Kansas City that everybody should try once? It's the one thing that everybody should try once.
Wow.
I know, right? That's a tough one.
Everyone should try once. I don't
Max
know.
is having a breakdown.
Yeah, I know. My brain is melting now.
I told you, this is Casey Quiz. This is hard.
Yeah. I'd say drive over to the west side and stare off. There's the cliff. I feel like there's some views in some neighborhoods that people aren't super familiar with. So I'd say just drive around a little bit more.
I did interesting how your brain works, Max, because you thought about it for a second and you're like, drive.
Just wander around a little bit.
Car.
Yeah. Just get out. I think that's, I know a lot of people that are they think of Kansas City and they just know Power and Light and the Plaza.
Right.
Yeah. Or they go to the bars in Westport. And I'm like, no, you should go check out a neighborhood you haven't been to recently or ever.
Or find that magical cliff you're talking about and stare off into the sunset.
Well, it's like a bluff, it's
right.
overlooking the,
I know what
people listening will know what I'm talking about.
Here we go. Let's see here. I've got another question for you. Your favorite place to hang out? Your favorite local hangout?
Favorite local hangout. Cool. I would say...
Yes, very cool. I agree.
I'm going to give you two. I'm going to give you a coffee shop, and then I'm going to give you a bar.
That's fine.
Okay, so I'd say...
This is your Casey quiz, Max.
I can do whatever I want with it,
yeah.
I'm changing the rules up. I'd say... Thou Mayest is a really good hang. And then I guess that's a bar and a coffee shop.
That is.
But
It's both.
yeah, I'd say bar. I'm kind of a dive guy.
Okay.
I'd say like the Brick is pretty good.
You like the Brick? Okay.
Yeah, or like the West Sider.
Okay.
It's a cool spot.
I used to play trivia at the Brick a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do trivia there.
I know they still do karaoke.
Oh, still do karaoke at the
Yeah.
Brick. There you go. Very nice. Okay, so I'm going to give you 4 points for that. Pick one. You going Worlds of Fun, to the zoo, or Schlitterbahn? Schlitterbahn.
Wow. I don't like roller coasters.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. So probably not Worlds of Fun.
Okay.
I've never been to Schlitterbahns, so
So you got to go with the
yeah.
zoo.
Oh, I was gonna go to Schlitterbahns.
Oh, you're.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not a huge fan of pools.
Okay.
No,
so,
I have a problem with like groups of people swimming in like the same
the same
water.
pool of water. Okay.
It's something about it seems unnatural to me. So I'll go to the zoo. No, but then I feel bad about zoos too, because then it's like the animals are locked up and stuff. I'm just gonna stay home. I'm just gonna stay
You're
home.
not gonna go.
I'm just gonna watch some Netflix. Yeah.
Okay. So that question, I'm gonna give you 5 points for that because you're the first person that has said none.
None of them.
Well done. Here we go. Your favorite local brew. You got a favorite local brew?
Yeah, it's just gonna be real basic and say, just Boulevard Wheat.
Okay.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
That's easy. Can't go wrong with the wheat.
Yeah,
that's right, man. All right, 4 points. Are boneless wings just chicken nuggets?
I feel that's a good question. I feel does chicken nuggets, is the nugget implying that it's a specific shape?
I believe it does. Yeah,
It has to be the nugget shape.
It's possible, but boneless wings,
So are
they
boneless?
can look like nuggets.
I feel like boneless wings are just smaller chicken tenders, right? Or no, because chicken tenders are like chicken
tenders
breast.
are long.
Yeah. What cut of meat is
Well, it's
is
chicken.
the chicken nugget? Because I feel like chicken nuggets, like you're gonna grind that up and like make it a sludge or a paste,
Right.
and then mold it.
Yeah.
Whereas boneless wings, I don't know what the process on
Well, they're chicken wings that don't have bones in them.
Yeah, so they just, but
And
they
they're
are
dipped
like
in sauce.
they haven't been completely sort of broken down and reassembled, right?
That's a good point. Yeah. So you're going with no.
I'd say they're first cousins with chicken nuggets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So they're closely related.
Yeah,
Okay. Here we
closely
go.
related.
You a sports guy?
No.
No. Okay. Great. I'm gonna ask you this question. I want you to put these in order.
Yeah.
Chiefs, Royals, Sporting, or Mavericks? There's four teams.
What are the Mavericks?
That's the hockey team.
We have a hockey team?
Yeah, in Independence.
Is that okay? Is that
You know
technically
what?
Kansas City?
I feel horrible right now because someone asked me on Twitter.
Yeah.
They said, you've done the Casey quiz for like 6 months now, and you've never mentioned the Mavericks. And in my mind, I was like, oh, I've got to change that. I've got to mention the Mavericks.
Yeah.
But now I remember why.
Because
I
Independence,
removed it
Missouri is
because
not.
you did not even know.
I didn't
that
know?
the Mavericks existed.
Yeah.
All right, so put them in order.
Of
Yeah, sure.
ranking of favorites or
yeah, any
just
order you want.
alphabetically?
Chiefs, Royals, Sporting, Mavericks.
Okay, I'm gonna do Royals because I like baseball.
Okay, baseball. So
I can get into if baseball is if baseball is on.
baseball.
If baseball's on, I'll watch it. Right?
Okay,
and
okay.
like I can get into it. Like I can appreciate the game. I'll put football last.
Okay.
I just like not
Not a fan.
not a football dude.
All right,
And
so you got
then
Royals at the beginning, you got Chiefs at the end. Now you got to put soccer and hockey in the middle.
I'll put Saki.
Sake? You're going
Jesus,
to a Japanese restaurant?
I'm blowing it at the end of this podcast.
You're
Soccer
killing it.
second,
Okay.
and then Mavericks third.
Okay, got it. All right. Are you ready now, Max? It's time for the speed round.
I don't know. I feel like I can't. I've lost my ability to talk.
Okay, here
We'll
we
see.
go.
Yeah.
Ready? It's speed round time.
Okay.
And here we go. Bar chart, line chart, or pie chart?
Pie chart?
Sharks, are they dinosaurs?
No.
Can I have $5?
I don't have $5.
One word to describe the KC airport.
Shitty.
Plaza or plaza?
Plaza.
Rank downtown on a scale of 1 to 10.
Rank downtown?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it
Speed
8.
round.
8.
Who's doing good right now? Speed round. Speed round.
I don't know. Anna Selly. She like runs like a.
She's been on the show. She's great.
Yeah. Okay.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could jump what?
100 grams. 100 kilograms. I don't know.
Very nice. That was been the speed round. Well done.
Thanks.
You did
It was
admirable.
Okay. Yeah.
You did all right. Wasn't too bad.
Wasn't maybe as lightning fast as I could have.
No, you had a few. Yeah. I mentioned the airport. You said the airport's shitty.
Yeah.
Are you excited if we get a new airport?
If they don't mess it up, yeah.
What do you think they'll mess up?
They'll just do something. I don't want to be pessimistic, but I feel like they might just do something that like they wouldn't think was a problem, but then it's just like ruins the entire thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of like vague, but
yeah.
you know when you
like,
know those things happen where it's like, man, this would be really cool if like this one huge detail wasn't, yeah. It's a heated debate. I shouldn't have brought it up because people have very strong opinions about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, some people they are totally in agreement with you. Some are absolutely not. They're like, no, KCI is like the most convenient place in the entire world, and it's like.
It's only convenient if you're like leaving Kansas City.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because it's like super easy to like leave and get on your plane. But if you're like, think if you had like a layover here and it got delayed and you're like, think about like spending like 4 hours in the KC airport.
Yeah, there's nothing to do.
There aren't even like bathrooms, right?
Well, I mean, they are, but they're very hard to find. Yeah, you have to walk a long ways to find it, and there's only like 2 stalls in each one. It's very small.
Pretty gnarly, yeah.
Here we go. I've got 2 more questions for you. You're doing really good on points here. What's Kansas City missing? What do we need?
A better airport? I'll give you. I don't want to dog on the airport anymore. What's Kansas City missing?
Yeah.
The rest of the streetcar line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're a big streetcar proponent.
Yeah, I'd say take it down to UMKC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Have you been on the streetcar?
Yeah.
You rode it? It's nice.
It's good. It's handy.
Good.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like the streetcar needs to, instead of going north south, it needs to go east west.
Yeah, I think it should go east west. Where do you think? They should go east-west.
Well, I'm not really certain, but I feel like it's a cool, like if you're going to do public transportation like that, right? It's got to work because the big deal is like everyone's angry about parking, right? So it's got to be able to go to places outside of the city to bring people into the city, right? Because then the deal is it like, okay, I could, go to the River Market. I could park at Union Station right up to the River Market, but that still is not I still have to drive to Union Station.
Yeah, a little bit of it's kind of like, if I'm already driving to Union Station, I might as well just drive all the way to the River Market.
Exactly.
So
it's a nice little, like it's a nice start, don't get me wrong, but it's really kind of a cool little deal until you say, hey, you know what? Let's really branch out.
Yeah.
And let's go out to let's go all the way down to Waldo, or let's go all the way out to Overland Park or something like that, and like
wow, you're thinking like all the way.
That's because that's the only way to make it work. Yeah. Because the deal is that if you're going to bring people into the center of the city, like right now, I mean, I live up north. So if I want to get on the streetcar, I got to drive down into the city, still park, then get on the streetcar, and then go down even further. Why would I even do that? But if there was a hub up north of the river and it went across the bridge, maybe I'd think a little bit different about it.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, there's definitely the transition from being kind of like a novelty sort of, this is cool to have, and then going full on like commuter transportation.
Max, it's time for the Google Challenge.
Okay.
The Google Challenge, it's pretty simple. I went to the Google machine and I typed in a phrase. And I let Google autofill. Okay.
Okay.
So you are going to have to guess what is Google autofilling here. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. So we mentioned earlier you did stuff with the Grammys, right? So I typed in the Grammys are blank. So I want you to fill in there. The Grammys. Now, of course, the Grammys, the award show, obviously the award. So the Grammys are
rigged. Is that the first result? I feel like that's what it would auto.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah. I'll go with
that's the third result. Third result. It's actually the first result is the Grammys are a joke.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The second one is the Grammys are racist.
I I was gonna say it's gonna be between racist or rigged.
And the third was rigged. So you were close.
Aren't all award shows a joke that are racist and rigged?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think if you typed in the Oscars,
the Oscars or
the Emmys, I think you probably all say the same thing. We're going to calculate your points here, Max. Let's see, 5 carry the 1 divided by 2, 7 times 3, 20. You're at 33 points.
Nice.
Well done.
I appreciate those points.
I mean, you should be very, very proud of yourself there. Thank you so much for taking the KC quiz.
Hey, I enjoyed it.
All right, I'm back here with Max. Max, we are nearing the end of our time today. We've learned a little bit about you. We've learned a little bit about your how you view Kansas City. We've learned about some of the local bands you've worked with. Remember, you are a creative guy who does creative things. So I'm going to give you the floor here to tell people where to find you, what they should look up. This is your time to shine, sir. Show these people that listen to the podcast that you are worthy of being a guest, and you tell them where they can find you.
Okay, cool.
It's your plug section, sir.
Okay, I'd say the main thing to go check out immediately is So Far Sounds Kansas City. So what we do is we throw pop-up shows around town, but we don't tell you where the show is going to be or who is playing until the day of the show. And you have to get on our email list, and we invite you. And if you're a cool person, we will allow you to come.
Very nice.
Yeah. So check out that. We have a bunch of YouTube videos up. You can go check out performances.
Didn't you work on those? Didn't you mix and edit them?
I mixed and edited the videos. So if you could go like and subscribe.
Okay.
No, yeah. Erica Joy has a new one out. I think people are responding really well to that one. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram at proof_music.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm trying to I think that's my...
that's your producer
name, I guess. Yeah. I'm going to try it out. I might just go back to my name.
Where'd you come up with Proof? Hold on, now I've got questions.
Okay. Yeah.
Where'd Proof come from?
Hank and I, Austin is another person who does video for So Far. We were setting up for a show at a longboard shop, and they had a inspiration wall.
Inspiration wall.
Yeah.
Inspiration wall.
Of a bunch of different stuff. Magazine cutouts, and we were just looking at words on it, and we were just like, that sounds cool.
Proof.
Yeah, I think it sounds cool without meaning anything, which is the perfect band name,
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Unless you disagree. Actually, you know what? I would like to know what your audience thinks. I haven't signed any contracts, so I can change it now.
Proof is cool. I mean, it's cool. It sounds very what's the word I'm looking for? Very it's short and sweet, which is good. It can mean a lot of different things.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm cool with it. Proof.
There's
DJ Proof.
DJ Proof. There's already a rapper called Proof. So.
Then you're screwed. You gotta change it now. Sorry, too late. Yeah. Never mind. I take back everything I said.
I'll spell it Proof, but instead of O's, I'll put 2 zeros.
Or you should just put a U.
Oh yeah, with umlaut or something.
Yeah, Proof.
Yeah.
Proof. There you go. All right. Where else? Anything else people can find you at?
That's it. Yeah, I'm just on social media and stuff and doing So Far.
So when you produce another song, will it be posted on the Proof?
Yeah, it'll be posted on Proof. It'll be posted on mine, and then that's where it's gonna be posted.
Very nice. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what future songs you end up producing and how they come out and stuff. Remember, folks, you can always find me on Twitter at Cole Lindberg. Make sure to check out our website, theKansasCityPodcast.com, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Kansas City Pod. Maxwell Griffith, thank you so much for being on the show today. I really appreciate it. It's been very nice having you and learning more about the creative things that a creative guy does.
I always enjoy talking about the creative things that I do as a creative person.
Very nice, very nice. So we will see you next week here on the Kansas City Podcast. Thanks a lot.